Good morning, interwebs. It's 10:28. We have had breakfast and watched most of the Survivor finale, which we've been working our way through the last few days. And I am setting up for the tie-dyeing experience. I very well may have been cutting my chin off. Oh well. So, Steve cleared off the table last night and he swept it this morning. Like literally, because it was dusty. And now I'm trying one-handed to open this plastic bag, which contains more plastic things, like this plastic sheet. So the tie-dye kit I got at Joann's, and it was actually called a tie-dye party kit. So it came with, I think there's 18 different color bottles, and there's 6 sets of gloves, and the tablecloth, and all the stuff. And it cost like way less than their normal sets were. And it comes with this cool like snapping plastic tote, which I will use in the future. So I'm just getting everything laid out. We're gonna put the plastic. I'm gonna bring the tie-dye stuff in. We're gonna add the water to it. And I think we're gonna try using some baking trays this time to lift the stuff up that was recommended in the instructions. And then we're gonna have some fun tie-dyeing. And I will show you what things look like after we get the dye on. So I came about 2 towns over from where we live because I had an order to drop off of a couple of dolls that a lady had requested yesterday, and it was nice. They were things I'd already made, and I saw her today and she was really excited because when she saw the ones I had finished, I had ones that looked just like her kids. So that's fun. And then I went to get a few groceries that Steve and I were lacking for like some things that we wanted to make for our, we have very few Christmassy traditions, I guess, but between that and my birthday and getting to pick my birthday meals, there's some, you know, some things we like to make. So I came over to get the few items we were lacking for those at one of the local grocery stores that I don't shop at very often, really, at all, but they have some good meat stuff. It's kind of cool. They're the brother of the person that owns the grocery store owns the meat locker in the next, like, 2 towns south. So they end up with some really good and interesting specialty meat products because they get it straight from the meat locker. So I picked up a few things like some summer sausage and some stuff for this weekend, which will be tasty and delicious. It's so funny though because, you know, Steve and I have been ridiculously good about budgeting this year. Like, super good. I'm super happy with it. This is the first December that I remember getting to this time of year, and I'm not at all worried about like how I'm gonna pay my next batch of bills. It's like, money's there, doing a remodel, whoop, dropping my camera, I bought a camera, you know, so it's a really good year and the budgeting has been working. But it's kind of funny, like a lot of people have spending problems in various areas. Our big spending vice is food, and it is not like going out to eat is so not a problem for us because, well, there's just not even that option. And even when like in college and stuff, when Steve and I had the option to go out more, we didn't. But boy, can we buy us some groceries because we really enjoy cooking, as I think you all realize. So I just spent like $43 on groceries. Oops. Now, I mean, most of that, like all that money was paid for in cash. It just came out of a few different spending categories. So I took, last night when we were at Walmart, I paid for everything out of Christmas and our food budget. And so I exhausted the food budget. So, which I did add in a little extra money to both our food budget and our household budget for this pay period because, well, the money was there because Steve's been working so much, and also we've just had a few, like, we needed to buy 3 things of vinegar last night so we can descale our water heater. Well, that's like $6 or $8 that I ordinarily would have spent on food or household or something. So anyways, there's extra money in those categories this month. So I had $40 that was just sitting in our household fund, which I use to pay for, I don't know, any number of items, you know, toilet paper, soap, shampoo, like any kind of thing like that. So I used $40 from that, and then I took the rest of it out of our family fun budget, which I think is fair, because like buying things like I bought a special summer sausage, it was like $4. I bought some hard salami, it was like $2. I bought a couple boxes of cracker. I mean, those are all just things that are basically fun, is why I got them. So that is that. It's not a big deal, but it's just so funny that like my vices are just so ridiculous and practical. Like, let's see, what do I quote unquote waste money on? Buying ingredients to make homemade food, and like yarn or fabric or other crafting supplies to make items that actually have purposes. I don't know. We're not big spending people on things. Oh, I guess we spent a lot lately on like householdy things, you know, to like build the house or like fix it up, but we're just terribly practical, and that's just the way it is. Anyways, you all have joined me about half of my drive home. Now I shall drive the rest of the way in silence, alone, or I'll listen to the radio, which with my luck will be playing commercials, because that's how it works. I don't drive in the car very often, but I always manage to hit a commercial break, which is just frustrating if you ask me. And I know I could plug my phone in and listen to music that way, or I could put in a CD, unless like the other day when the CD worked going one way and didn't work coming home. But sometimes the radio is just easier.